Welcome to another episode of PA and Phonics Fun. I'm your host, Mr. Kenny, and this is your teacher today, Miss Brandy. Boys and girls, for today's lesson, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper, and then some small objects like buttons, pennies, or counters that you can use to, when you make your sounds. Have a great lesson today.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny. All right, boys and girls, we're going to go ahead and begin with our warm-up. So sit up where you are, nice and straight, and be ready to listen and pay attention to what we're going to do. This morning, I'm going to say some words for you, and I'm going to ask you to add some sounds to the beginning of those words and sometimes to the end of those words. So listen carefully to the directions. I'm going to say a word 2 times, and I want you to repeat it after me, and then I'll give you further directions. Let's do our first word. Our first word is top. 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 Now I'm going to ask you to add the S sound to the beginning of the word top. S, top. We put it together. What word do we have? That's correct. We have the word stop. Let's do another. Our word is rip. 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 Now we're going to add the T sound to the beginning of the word rip. We have T, rip. Put it together. What do we have? Trip. Excellent job. Now this one I'm going to ask you to add a sound to the end of the word. Our word is shore. Shore. Now let's add the T sound to the end of shore. What do we have? Short. Excellent job. Now let's add another sound to the beginning of a word. So our word is lack. Lack. We're going to add the B sound to the beginning of the word lack. And what word do we have? We have black. Excellent. Last one. Our word is best. Best. We're going to add the T sound to the end of the word best. And what word do we have? We have best. Excellent job warming up your brains this morning. So now let's warm up our thumbs. So sit up straight. And when you hear words that have that short I sound, give me a thumbs up. And when you hear words that do not have the short I sound, thumbs down. Our first word is Sid. Sid. Very good. Our next word is pig. Pig. Wig. Wig. Jig. Jig. Did. Did. Bib. Bib. His. His. Rib. Rib. Pit. Pit. Sad. Sad. Not this time, do we? Pat. Pat. Bug. Bug. Rug. Rug. 3 more. Mad. Mad. Tax. Tax. And finally, rack. Rack. Good job warming up your thumbs today. Now it's time for you to get some of your materials out. Get out your pencil and your piece of paper, and I want you to write the letter I on your paper. I'll give you just a few seconds to do that. All right, boys and girls. Now what we'll do is I'm gonna say some words again. If you hear the short I sound in those words, hold your cards up really high so I can see them. If you don't hear the short I sound, leave them down, okay? Let's get started. Our first word is Sid. Sid. We do hear the short I in the word Sid. What about the word pig, pig. Yes, we do. What about wig? Wig. We do. Right in the middle. Jig, jig. Excellent. Pit, pit. Sure do. Did, did. Bib, bib. 3 more. His, his. We do. Rib, rib. Last one, big, big. Excellent job on that section, boys and girls. Now you can put your materials to the side for just a minute because we won't need those for a little while. And let's take one little look at our chart this morning. Let's review. We are talking about the letter I and the short sound that it makes. And it sounds like eh. Let me hear you say that sound 3 times. Ready? Go. Excellent job. I heard you. We're going to talk about this section of our chart today. Sometimes words begin with the short I sound, such as the word igloo, igloo. Sometimes we hear the short I sound in the middle of words, such as the word sit, sit, or the word pen, pen. Now we're going to do an activity, and this activity is a sorting activity. We will have 2 columns. We're going to have words that contain our short I sound, and then we'll have words that contain our short A sound. So let's take a look. Short I and short A. Now before we actually begin sorting these words, let's review over what sounds these letters make, okay? So let's start with our special letter today, short I. What sound does short I make? Correct. I, I. Excellent. Let's review over short A. What sound does short A make? Ah, ah. Excellent job reviewing. So let's go ahead and get started with our first word. And the way we'll do this is we will sound the word out first, we'll blend it together, and then we'll read it. S, I, d, sid, sid. Which of those sounds do we hear in the word sid? Do we hear short I or short A? Correct. We hear that short I sound. Sid. So it'll go into our short I column. Let's practice another. P, a, m, Pam, Pam. What sound do we hear in that word? Short I or short A? Very good. That is a short A word. Let's do one more. T, I, m, Tim, Tim. Tim. What sound do we hear in that word? Correct. Short I. Now I'm going to let you do some. Sound it out. Blend it together. And read the word. N, ran, ran. Did you read the word ran? And what sound do we hear in that word? Short I or short A? Correct. Short A, ah, ran. Let's do this one. I, d, lid, lid. Short A or short I? Correct. Short I. Sound it out. Blend it. Read it. J, a, jam, jam. Short A, very good. Did you read the word fib? Do we hear short A or short I? Short I, very good. Did you read the word bam? Short A, excellent. Short I. At. Short A. Good job. Pin. Short I. Pan. Short A. And our last word is when. When. Short I. Excellent job sorting those words today, boys and girls. That was a really fun activity, wasn't it? Great job. Now it's time for you to get out your materials. You'll need your small objects that you selected at the beginning of the lesson, and also your pencil and paper. I'll give you just a minute to get those out. Now that you have your materials ready, we're going to move into some word work. We're going to build some words and talk about letters that represent the sounds in those words. We're going to start by me showing you how to do it. We're going to take a look at our picture. What's this a picture of? Pig. Very good. That is a pig. So let's say the word pig. Very good. Let's count those sounds. P, I, G. How many do we hear? Very good. Now you take your materials you selected and let's move those materials to represent the sounds that we hear. So we hear P, I, G. 3. Now we're going to write the letters that make those sounds. So what letter makes the P sound? It is the letter P. What about the I sound? That's correct, our special I. And what about G, G? The letter G. Excellent job, boys and girls. We're going to do one more of those together. Our next word is wig. Wig. So let's count those sounds. W, I, G. How many do we hear? Let's use our materials you selected to represent those sounds. W, I, G. How many? We have 3. Well, let's write the letters that make those sounds. W. What letter makes the W sound? Correct. The letter W. I. That's our I. And G. Letter G. Very good. Now I'm going to say a word and I want you to do it, just like we've been practicing. Our next word is when. When. So start by counting your sounds. Move your materials. And then write the letters that make those sounds. Did you get W-I-N, W-I-N, win? Great job. Let's do another. Our next word is pen. Pen. First count your sounds. Then move your materials. Now let's write the letter that represents those sounds. Did you get P-I-N, P-I-N, pen? Great job. Our next one is the word hid. Hid. Go ahead and count your sounds. Move your materials. Now write the letters that represent each of those sounds. Did you get H-I-D, id, hid? Great job. We're going to do one more. This time, the word is fib. Fib. Count your sounds. Move your materials. And write your letters. Ib, fib. Great job, boys and girls. You can put your materials to the side now. Actually, just put your small materials. Keep your pencil and paper ready, because now we're going to actually write. I'm going to say some phrases or sentences, and I want you to write these down on your piece of paper. The first one is Sid the pig. Sid the pig. The second one is pig did jig. Pig did jig. And the last one, sit on the wig. Sit on the wig. And you can check yours with mine. Sid the pig, sit on the wig, pig did jig. Great job on our dictation. Now it's time to go to our text and read. The title of our story today is Tim and Sid. So we're just going to locate our words that contain our skill today. So in our title, we have Tim. We have Sid. Tim, Sid, pig, Sid, pig, wig, Sid, Tim, sit, lid, pit, Sid, sits, lid, pit, Sid, his wig. Wig. Sid. Hits. His. Rib. Lid. Lid. Is 10. Sid. Hit. His. Rib. 2 more. 10. And lid. Look at all those short I words in our text today. Now we're going to read it. So get your reading eyes ready, and here we go. Our title is Tim and Sid. Tim sees Sid, the pig. Sid, the pig, has a wig. Look, Sid, Tim said, you can sit on the lid of the pit. Sid sits on the lid of the pit. Sid has on his wig. The wig falls off. Sid falls off. He hits his rib on the lid. The lid is 10. Sid hit his rib on the tin lid. Excellent job, boys and girls, today going over our lesson with us. Hope you enjoyed it and had a lot of fun.
Thank you, Miss Brandy. That was an awesome lesson today.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny.
Boys and girls, all rights for these lessons belong to the West Virginia Department of Education. We want to thank them for publicly sharing these valuable resource materials with us today. Very good job today. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have fun reading.